What's going on YouTube, and welcome to another one. Today we will be doing another comparison video, but this time we are comparing streaming versus owning and purchasing your video games. Now I will be speaking from my perspective, and from my perspective I mean from a Steam Deck, from Xbox Game Pass, and from the Steam library. But a lot of the things I will be talking about, I'm pretty sure you will find some kind of relation to it, whether it be through Xbox Game Pass or whether it be through another streaming service. Let's go ahead and get started. To me, streaming is the modern day Blockbuster. If you're not familiar with Blockbuster, which I'm pretty sure you are based on my channel analytics, Blockbuster was a movie and gaming store to which you could go inside, play a few demos of your favorite games or some of the demos of the games that were coming out. You could also rent the movies and the video games, as well as controllers and all type of other accessories. This is the modern day version of that. Rather than going into the store, you choose your app or streaming service. In my case, Xbox Game Pass. You download it to your device, whether it be the Steam Deck, whether it be your phone, whether it be any of the newer retro gaming devices as well. If it has an app store or a play store, you should be able to stream from it. You also have a massive cloud gaming library at your fingertips with online service. So that would be my definition of streaming. So let's define owning and purchasing your games. My definition of that is it's in your offline library. So if you have a Steam Deck or if you have a retro gaming handheld, that's what you're able to play specifically offline, able to take your device anywhere and play it no problem. That's what I mean by purchasing your game. So in my case, specifically through my Steam Deck, we have the Steam library. These are games that I went to the Steam store, I made that purchase, I have points towards it, and I'm able to download this to my device and play it wherever I need to play it from. Based off of those definitions, we're going to go ahead and compare the two and then kind of discuss which one would probably be the best one for you, as well as a situation where having both could be beneficial for you. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start with streaming. Let's start with the pros of streaming. One of the major pros in my case is the fact that I'm able to save space. In my case, again, I have a 64 gig base model Steam Deck. I haven't upgraded the SSD hard drive yet, and I have yet to get a terabyte SD card, but I do have the 128 gig SD. But anyway, from a base model standpoint, being able to save space is point number one. Is super important. I really need to save as much space as possible. So the fact that I'm able to play a lot of the games that I like to play, including some updated games, without taking up any hard drive space is a major W. Another plus is the fact that the games that you are able to play, they are updated and you do get DLC versions of that game. Great case of that being, so when I first got my Steam Deck, I downloaded Killer Instinct because I was familiar with the franchise, plus they had the newer version. But one of the disappointing things was when I did download it and I was able to play, I was only able to play with one character. It took away from the entire experience of actually playing Killer Instinct. And the funny thing was, the character that they offered wasn't even one from the original series. But through Xbox Game Pass, not only did they have Killer Instinct on here, but they also have the DLC as well. So I'm getting all the characters, I'm getting all the modes, and I'm getting online service as well. So shout out to Xbox Game Pass for that. Another plus is the variety of games that you get. You're getting racing, you're getting first-person shooters, you're getting platformers, you're getting pretty much, you're getting fighting. You're getting just about every type of genre of games through here. You're also getting your horror games. You're getting literally every genre of gaming. So even if you wasn't specifically a first-person shooter fan, and you didn't want to play Call of Duty, guess what? They have other things on here. Or if you were a Call of Duty fan, they do have similar games on here as well, like Halo. They still have your first-person shooter gameplay along with the online feature, which is another plus through streaming services. Because it's on the cloud, it's open to just about everyone who has some kind of device, and they're able to play online. With games like Call of Duty, you may have difficulties playing this through your Steam Deck if you don't have Proton installed on your device. So, and again, if you have a base model and you don't have the space for it, you're going to have difficulty playing for this device. But let's say you do have space for it, you may not have Proton installed. So a great way to avoid those anti-cheat softwares is to play directly through Xbox Game Pass, because you don't have those issues. Everything is ran through the cloud. So whatever updates and whatever is happening live through the service is happening live throughout the app as well and throughout the cloud. So you will never have to worry about getting kicked out because of an update or your save is no longer working. You're good to go. Another great plus about this is the rotation of games. I want to say they rotated maybe twice a month. I know definitely at least once a month, because a few of the games that I have played, they will at least let you know, hey, these games are getting ready to leave. And when they do that, they're letting you know, hey, some new games are on the way. So that's always a plus. They did recently do an update where Xbox is they're showing the original games that we had before, but they're showing that you can now purchase games throughout the app and then now stream it directly through Xbox Game Pass, so throughout the cloud. So that's pretty dope in my opinion. So if you did catch a sale, or if you did want to play games specifically through the cloud, you're able to do that now. In the long run, I do feel like you kind of save money doing such like that. So again, this is that blockbuster format. You're renting your games for $20 a month. Those will be all your pluses. Those will be your pros. Now let's get into the cons. The price of that would be $240, at least in my case, for Xbox Game Pass. Now I have been seeing that you could get something maybe called CD keys. I haven't used that yet because I'm not 100% convinced on it, but you could get something like that, or you may catch a sale, or you could be at Walgreens or CVS. You may find a 3-month thing of Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for a nice price. So you never know. But if you just wanted to do directly out of your account every month subscription based like Xbox is doing, it's $20 a month, which would be a grand total of $240. Keep that in mind. Another con is if there is multiple people on the Wi-Fi, you're definitely going to have lag. You're definitely going to have some kind of glitching or some kind of slowdown while you're playing your game. And the last con is you actually do need Wi-Fi in general to play these games through the streaming service. It's impossible to play it without it. I wouldn't say it's impossible. People are saying if you do purchase it through the cloud and this and the third, you should be able to play directly from your Steam Deck. I'm not 100% sure on that one yet, but we shall see. I may purchase one just to kind of find out and then confirm it for a future YouTube video. Hopefully it's not 20 something bucks down the drain. So let's move on to owning and purchasing your game. So owning and purchasing your game, this is the modern time, but back in the day, that would be going into Walmart, going into GameStop, going into Target, going into a store, physically picking up your game, paying at the register, and then boom, you have the entire game. Now, of course, I'm going to put yours in quotations because Ubisoft has been taking their games down recently, whether you paid for it or not. So I will put yours in quotations. Another plus about this, there will be zero input lag just on your device. You're playing directly from the device. You're not streaming. All your inputs, whether it's a million people on the Wi-Fi or just you're going to be just fine. Also, you can play whenever, wherever, no matter what device you're on. So if you're playing on a retro gaming device or if you're playing on your Steam Deck, if you purchase that game, or if it's on your device, if it's on your SD card, if it's on your hard drive, you should be able to go outside and play it, whether you're on a bus, on a train, or sitting at the beach. Also, you get that joy and feeling of knowing that you purchased your game, as well as knowing that you're building your digital library collection. So in my case, I love having a lot of games, and I love the fact that the Steam Deck is able to hold and show my entire library, whether I'm playing it now or if it's just in my collection. That is a huge plus for me. I like just having variety, and you never know. It's encouraging. Then you may get inspired one day. A game that I may not normally play, just because I was scrolling and saw the cover, I may necessarily want to play it today because my library is just so big. So it's great being able to do it all from one device. A con of owning and purchasing your game, at least in my case, is storage space. If you don't have a big hard drive, if you don't have a lot of storage space, then your collection is going to be limited. Now, don't get me wrong. I do have a lot of space and I have pretty much every game that I could possibly want to play, but it costs a little money to get to that point. Another thing about that, it can be pricey. I will say if you have a Steam Deck, just wait for a sale. I did end up waiting for a sale specifically for Spider-Man. Was it pricey? I will say yes and no. No, because it was $30, but yes, because I beat the game so fast. And I bought the game on November 28th and I beat the game on November 30th. That actually sucked in my case. I waited from the time I heard this game came out. That's just about how long I waited to get it. I've never had a PlayStation 5, so my options were already limited. So when I found out that this game was releasing on the Steam store through PC, I was like, oh, absolutely. So getting a Steam Deck, this and the original Spider-Man game was the very first things I put in my Steam store, but I couldn't see myself paying $60 for it. Thankfully, through the Steam community, they say, hey, just wait for sales, and guess what? I caught a great sale on it, which I was happy about. But again, I beat the game so fast, it was a major letdown for me. Even doing the side missions and doing like little criminal missions, saving people and this, that, and the third, I still beat the game in 2 days. And now it's like, okay, I could either start the game all the way over again, but I know what's gonna happen, and then at this point I'm just unlocking suits and flying around, which is, I guess, kind of cool. But again, I beat the story in 2 days after waiting a year and some change and paying $30 for it. I would have actually loved for a game like that to been through a cloud-based service. That way, after I beat it, I would have been totally fine with that, because I'm like, okay, next game, load it up. And then lastly, when you are playing some of these AAA games, some of these heavy titles like Spider-Man, your battery is going to drain. So if you are outside playing this on a bus, on a train, or just chilling at the beach, when your battery dies, I really hope you have a battery charger or some kind of portable charger on you at that time, because you're probably going to get 45 minutes to an hour of gameplay if you're playing Spider-Man heavily. For sure. If you're next to an outlet, this won't really be a problem for you, but it's gonna drain your battery. That's another plus. What I like about playing through cloud-based services is not going to drain my battery, because all of the processing and all the heavy power is done through the cloud. As long as my Wi-Fi is at a good connection, I'm good to go. Now let's get into a situation where having both could be beneficial for you. So in my case, and through Xbox Game Pass, they have Need for Speed Heat, Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered, and Need for Speed Unbound. Now, I kind of fell off of the Need for Speeding back in, I guess, maybe 02, 03, whenever Underground came out and Underground 2. That was pretty much my last time playing Need for Speed, and I moved on to other racing games like Burnout. I was reintroduced into the series through Xbox Game Pass, and thankfully, I became a fan again. I made it pretty far on this, and thankfully all of this is online based, so I was able to create an account. Now, going back into the Steam store, all 3 of these games are available, and I also have Proton installed on my device. I'm not limited, so I'm not only able to play these games, but I caught these games on a sale, and all of these were below $5. The most expensive one was Need for Speed Need for Speed Unbound, and that was like $4.89 or something like that. Either way, it was like $5. Great game. Need for Speed Remastered and the other one, Need for Speed Heat, were only about $2 each. So regardless, I got all 3 of these games for less than $15, less than $12 actually. And I thought that was a really good deal, because had I not played it through Xbox Game Pass, I guarantee you I probably wouldn't have even picked them up or noticed them throughout the Steam store, or gave it a chance really. And I'm really glad that I did that. It's exactly like Blockbuster. I can rent the game. I'm renting it through Xbox Game Pass, and then if I like it, love it, catch it on a sale, I know exactly what I'm getting into, and then I'm able to purchase it and then eventually install it into the device and do my thing from there. Again, because it's through cloud services and through EA, I'm able to sign in from my account through Xbox Game Pass, convert it over to my Steam, and then I can pick up from there. All right, now we'll pretty much wrap this up. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know what streaming service you use. The only ones I already know about is Xbox Game Pass and the Epic/Steam, Epic Library or Epic Giant. I know they got some different names for it. Sorry for mispronouncing. I know I got that wrong, but Epic Giant sounds cool. And I know Amazon has it one through Amazon Luna service. But yeah, let me know in the comments which one you guys use. Let me know which one you prefer. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. And yeah, see you next time.